What's up, guys? Welcome to Viewer Castles, one of the last Viewer Castles before open creation. Actually, I think the last Viewer Castle before open creation. So, we have 3 more castles to go. I skipped a couple of people that registered and that were on the list because either their levels were low or I just didn't actually have the time to record this many, Viewer Castles in these last couple of days before the reset. So, no reason to keep you on the list until, you get your castle up to a specific level where you feel comfortable with it and stuff like that. Anyway, level 28, CrimsonKnight. First up, getting in there on my archer.
Those monsters won't know what hit them.
Oh, that's scary. That's like a really cool flank that you had there. Like, I was not ready for Cyclops to be behind me. I guess I should have been rotated this way though. I almost got hit by them. Alright. There's like a derp somewhere down here. I don't know if I can see him. Yeah, there he is. I'm just gonna headshot it so I pull the group. It's a Pete Poundmore. Your bad dog is a little late to the party, I would say. Ouch. Oh, that did a ton of damage to me. Okay. Jimbo is like way out in the open here. He can easily get headshot. He should be like, oh no. He should be more behind the corner or something, I would say. Although he's sustaining heals like crazy, but I guess maybe you actually wanted him out there so that I would start just going for him because you had 2 healers. I mean, that might be what you were going for. Which can work as long as I don't crit, I think, on the first shot. If I crit on the first shot, I might be able to one-shot him. Alright. Well, explodifiers generally are, because you have a Dr. Skull in the next pull. We'll see if that's the case. Looks like it's not, though. Here's another explodifier. That's weird. That was like a really long pull. Unfortunately, they have to make eye contact for you to actually start throwing out bomblets. Not sure what's going on now. Seems like it was designed this way, so I'm guessing it's not skippable. Yeah, because I think dirt comes down in here or something. That's all fine though. I guess it just takes a little bit more time, which is good. Good for you. And then there's the Dr. Skull, but he's obviously not going to come the same direction as the explodifiers. I think I see what you were going for, though. Basically, I'm guessing you want me to think that, like, I'm going over this way, and if I pull this... But how does that actually work? Like, what if I go down this way? Would I be able to skip this group up on the top side? I don't think you can pull this through this wall across, so I feel like this has to be skippable. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but if it isn't skippable, I can see kind of what you were going for. You want me to pull this, I come here after I kill like that Cyclops or whatever, and then I have 2 explodifiers pumping out free units into this Dr. Skull who's just constantly resurrecting them. It's good in theory. I don't know how well it works like in practice, because if I see units that way, that's generally the way that I'm going to go, thinking that that's the correct path, which just makes me take more time, but time isn't that important. It's pretty easy to complete castles on time. Alright. Boss room. Looks like another skippable group. One of these is skippable at least. Although I almost aggroed it accidentally because I was trying to get away from the feet pound more. Alright, and then we have Scorpio, Defendatron. Just gonna try for the Scorpio, I guess, first. This doesn't seem like it has much damage in it. It's really just annoying more than anything. Being hooked all over the place. I hope that doesn't aggro them. Okay, good. Alright. So yeah, I think you might have a possibility of two skippable groups, at least one though. So I'm a big proponent on not using skippable groups at all, because I think it just makes your castle weaker for no real reason. But yeah, we will jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have Gutimar or Gutimar or something like that. Castle level's 18. Jump into it on my knight.
Let's do this thing.
Alright, so this should be a pole to this side. We have a Pete Palmer and a Bone Puppeteer. Pull off the Puppeteer. The Puppeteer is leading way too much in this group, I would say. He wants to be behind because he's the support. So you can change that by like changing the facing and also changing the position of him. Make the Pete Bomber a little bit quicker. I like this group. I think it's one of the better things you can do at these lower levels is a bunch of archers. Maybe, you know, maybe one too many Cyclopses, but not necessarily. They're okay. I wouldn't go more than 2 on charge at any time. Alright, so you have this group over here, and you had that group over here. Unfortunately, I aggroed the wrong one. I feel like if I skipped this one on the side, these guys in here, I would never have to aggro this group. I could just leave that one snotter here, like I'm leaving this one. Could have hugged this side of the wall and skipped one of these groups, but I picked the wrong one. Actually, I think I could have actually went through here and skipped it. I didn't notice that, but I think I could have squeezed right through this and skipped this group. You want to be really aware of where your aggro circles are, and not leave skippable groups. Although that's not as important because either later today, or maybe it already happened or something like that, because I'm not recording it. I'm recording it, you know, one day before the open creation wipe thing comes out, but either later today or it's already happened, we will have open creation, so it won't actually matter anymore. Everything will be different. Aggro circles won't really be a thing. It'll be more vision, stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of odd the way it's going to work. Alright. You know, like I've said about these springboard traps, generally, once people know what they look like, they're just not going to work for you. I guess the ones with the hunger bots, they technically can still work, where the hunger bot pulls you on top of them, but just not as much anymore. I really hate that they did that with the camera rotation. They made it just so easy to see what's coming ahead of time, so you can't really use springboard traps anymore. Although I think they're getting camouflaged eventually. Which is something that could work for them. I wish you could make them like rugs on your floor or something. Like, this is a springboard trap, and once you go on top of it, you know, completely hide them. Although then people would be scared of rugs. I mean, it wouldn't take long for people to react to that, so I don't know. Alright, we've got a bear trap Zeke. I don't know. I think bear trap Zekes are one of the worst. Because their arrows are really easy to dodge. Even, like, if I wanted to dodge them, I would. And as an archer, you can easily dodge them. And, you know, knights don't necessarily even have to walk on those. Archers would never walk on them, so I think it's just kind of a waste of a specialization. Alright. This is gonna hurt. But I'm gonna I broke the link between the Defendatron and Count Snottingham, so I'm hoping that he will not get relinked to. I'm just gonna try to DPS him down, although my knight is not one to be good at DPSing things down. Alright, there we go. Okay. Pretty good castle. Let's see, that was number 2, so we will jump into number 3 and the last viewer castle before open creation in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Fluggy, castle level 17. I'll jump into it on my knight.
Nice username. How long did it take you to come up with that one?
Okay. So Stairmasters are actually pretty common in this room. I'm just going to kind of hide inside of this area, and this is where I'll just keep fighting them one at a time. The only problem is they come one at a time. That's the main issue with this room, is you can't really have... It's like fighting 2 10-point groups instead of fighting 1 20-point group. So your Defendatron comes way too late on this group. Although I guess he's still linked to a Puppeteer back here, but I mean, he just comes too late. He needs to come way earlier if you're going to use a Puppeteer there. Alright. Zeke is fine there, I think. Okay. Cyclops a little out in the open there, I would say. Rest of this is, I think, fine. Maybe space out your Stairmasters a little bit more, you know, put one down here and then put one like up in there, or put one, I guess it's down here, and one, I think one might have been up in the corner here, but maybe you could change the facing or something. Make it come at a little bit of a different time so it's a little less clumped up. Although none of this really matters because later today we're going to have open creation, so I'm just kind of running through this castle really quickly. Like, everything that I'm saying right now is going to be pretty much useless once open creation comes out, so I should be talking more about attacking rather than defending. Because at least that will carry some level of merit, like the abilities will all be the same and stuff. Normally I would go after the Puppeteer first, but I thought I could kick away the Jimbo there enough to break the range of the Puppeteer. Alright. Getting a little low life, might have to use a potion here. Use Healing Strike at first. See if I can get away with not using any potions. Okay. And then for the boss room we have a Pete Poundmore and a Zeke back in there that I am able to see. There's also a healer, which means I might actually have to... the Pete Poundmore's only level 16, so I think I actually can DPS through this. I'm gonna have to use a potion though, and then I should be able to DPS through the Zeke, because Zekes are pretty weak on life. Alright, cool. Alright. Pretty good castle. That is the last viewer castle we'll be doing before free creation mode, or open creation mode, or whatever you call it. So, thank you guys for watching. Let's see. So, I still don't know exactly when I'm going to start taking requests for viewer castles again. I need to kind of learn the game a little bit, level myself, also do a couple defense guide videos, stuff like that, as I'm leveling up through and just kind of making little creations for myself. So, probably a week or two before I take more requests for viewer castles, I'll do a video on what exactly is going to happen, like the requirements, because I'm going to have at least some sort of a level cap for viewer castles when we come back and start taking requests, because open beta is going to, basically any time that there is one of those 5-day open betas that happened before, I would get tons more requests, like crazy amounts of requests where I couldn't even keep up, even if I was doing 2 a day. So since open beta is going to happen all the time, I imagine that there's going to be a lot more people that will want me to do viewer castles. So I have to do some sort of a requirement so that I don't get too overwhelmed. So probably level 18 or level 20, something like that. And then if I can have different level heroes still, I'll have one at 19, one at 24, and one at 30, so that I can kind of keep the levels at least somewhat similar. But I'll give more details on that with a video at some later date. I may do some live streams when the reset happens, some leveling or whatever. I might do a video on it. I might just say that I'm doing it on Twitter, so if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'll probably do that. I'll start using Twitter just more in general, announcing videos and stuff that'll come out. You can find my Twitter by going to my main YouTube channel. It should be up in the banner somewhere where you can click it and find my Twitter there. But I think it's just Frenzy Gaming 31. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.